Average Woodsman here, back with another video. So today I wanted to kind of go over or do a first impressions type video on a new backpack I just got recently. This is only the second time I've taken it out. This is the first kind of overnighter that I've had with it. I want to do kind of a first impressions video and go through some of the gear that I'm carrying with me, because this is going to be an overnight for me, and I have it kind of set up more for like bushcraft, lightweight camping, and I kind of wanted to go over the pack itself, the features of it, what I like about it so far, and what I have packed in it. So I'm going to break everything out. I'll talk a little bit about the pack, and then I'll break everything out and we'll go through the video. Alright, so this is the pack. This is the Hill People Gear Umlindi. It is a 32-liter bag, and it's made out of a 500 D Cordura or nylon, something like that. I don't remember exactly all the specs on it. That's not really what I do. I'm not a specs channel, so that's not something that I'm really that into. What I'll do is I'll put a link down below to their website so you guys can see it. But yeah, got it not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago. This is the second time I've taken it out, the first overnight, and so far I really like it. I have a lot of Hill People gear, and all of it's great. Everything that I've ever owned from them has been high quality. I have their chest bag, I've had their fanny pack, I have like 4 or 5 of their backpacks. All of them are excellent. They all work really well. They all do really they all function the way they should. Their yoke system is excellent. I think it's the most comfortable, even though the padding is not really extreme on it. It is it's just the way that it's designed is the most comfortable yoke system. And it does have padding back here. You could put a waist belt on this if you wanted to. They actually sell a waist belt. I have it on my Aston 3, which is about a 10 or so liter pack, larger than this, like in the 40, a little over 40 liter range. That pack is too big, in my opinion, for without a waist belt. You can load that pack up enough where you really do need a waist belt. For this pack, it's only 32 liters. If you load it correctly, there's no need for a waist belt. So the way I have it, it doesn't weigh very much. I don't have a lot of gear in here. I have just enough for an overnight where I'm comfortable. I have my sleep system in here. The vast majority of this pack is honestly my sleep system. I have some other items in here which I'll go through. On the outside here, let me show you guys a couple more things with this. On the top, it has straps here, so if you wanted to strap like a jacket to this, or if you wanted to strap, I don't know, like a bedroll or something like that, you could do to the top, or maybe some ropes if you were out west or up north and you were doing like rock climbing and stuff like that, you could do that. And then underneath, same thing, you can strap like a bedroll or something like that to it, or a wool blanket if you wanted to do that. Like I said, I don't have enough in this pack to warrant that. I was able to fit everything inside of it, so I didn't have to do that, but it does have that ability. And of course it has cinch straps over it along this portion of it that go all the way to the back portion of the pack. Here on the outside, it has 2 water bottle pockets that expand, and you can cinch them down. This side I have my Nalgene, and then I have a stainless steel cup, nesting cup. On this side I have my Grail and another stainless steel nesting cup, so I have multiple ways to boil and disinfect water. I can also, do a lot of other things with that, not just disinfect water. I could cook in those, I could make medicine in those, I could do all kinds of things in those, and it's always good to have some sort of metal container. So on the top here, there's actually a zipper pouch, and I have a couple chem lights in here, and then I have my heavy-duty leather gloves. If you're out in the woods, I mean, there's no excuse not to carry some heavy-duty leather work gloves. In the front, right here, there's a really, undo these straps, there's a really deep pouch. It goes almost the entire length of the backpack. And in here I have some gear. I have my titanium spork. I have this, if you guys haven't seen it before. This is a little Bushcraft pouch. It's made out of wax canvas, and here I keep a mechanical pencil. I have just a Sharpie, a spare ferro rod, then I have my map cards and Write in the Rain notepads, a couple Write in the Rain notepads that I have a bunch of stuff that I've written in over the years, and like, you know, my pace count, all that kind of stuff. And then I have my compass. And then back here there's actually a little pouch, and I just have a little, this is an old school magnifying glass in a little leather pouch. And I have just some emergency tinder and some stormproof matches. But that's what I keep in there. I also have my little hygiene kit, so I have, you know, my toothbrush, toothpaste, all that kind of stuff. My Possibles pouch. This is from Dyneema. I have a bunch of these. I've shown these in a bunch of videos. They're super lightweight and durable, and they work really well for like a Possibles pouch. So in here I have a bunch of just like Slim Jim style beef jerky. I have my solar power bank, a bunch of bank line, my rapid deploy ridge line, and then the cord so I can charge my devices. I also have in here just a Wazoo bandana, cotton, and then a partial roll of number 36 bank line. So this is everything in the main compartment of the pack laid out. So down at the bottom I have a large heavy duty tarp. The reason why I brought this tarp specifically, this is the AquaQuest. I don't remember the size of this tarp, 12 by 12 maybe, or I believe it's a 12 by 12. It's large, it's a little heavier, but this thing is bulletproof. I've had it for probably close to a decade now. I've used it countless times, and this time of year in Florida it rains basically every day. We're going to be getting more rain this afternoon on into tonight, so I wanted to have a large heavy-duty tarp to keep me out of the rain instead of just using my military poncho like I usually do. Yes, the military poncho is more multifunctional. It's smaller and more compact and lightweight, but this is larger and far more heavy-duty. Also, you know, speaking of the rain, have my Gore-Tex jacket here, rain gear. Obviously you need rain gear. I have right here, this is my snug pack, this is my jungle blanket. I'm sorry, my jungle bag. It has a mosquito net built into it. I don't usually use the mosquito net, but sometimes I have to. Yes, I sleep on the ground. Yes, I've been doing it my entire life since I was a little kid with wool blankets and sleeping bags. I live in the state of Florida. The bugs are not going to kill you. You're not going to die. Just this inexpensive sleeping mat. I've been testing it for over a year now, and it has not failed me yet. I bought this off Amazon. I'll put links to a lot of this stuff in Amazon, or a link to the stuff in the description. I bought this off Amazon. Easily inflatable, works really well. One thing I think I actually forgot in here is my pillow. Just an inexpensive inflatable pillow, works really well also. Doesn't weigh anything, doesn't really take up any room. For food items, just have a couple food items. Obviously I have all that beef jerky to snack on. And then I have a couple of these, just some tuna in water. I like to snack on these. I'll just take these and open them and just eat them with my titanium spork. And then this I'll cook later on. It is like, you know, like a ramen type dish. They're good. They taste really good. It has 20 grams of protein. And it's something easy that I can make with just a little bit of water in one of my titanium, or one of my cups, my stainless steel cups. I can just put that over the fire, cook it up, boil the water, and make a good meal right before bed. Also have actually I'll do this one last. So I have a really extensive first aid kit here that is easily, you can just open it right here, snatch it open, everything comes open. I have trauma shears in here, hemostatic gauze, tourniquet, all that kind of stuff for massive bleeding, just in case something were to happen while I was out in the woods. My headlamp, This isn't a Princeton Tech case. It's actually not a Princeton Tech. It's actually a Petzl. Been using this thing for years and years. It's my favorite headlamp. I have a lot of other headlamps, but this is the one I use almost every time, unless I'm specifically testing something else. Shemagh. I mean, the Shemagh and the Sniper's Veil that I have in here, I keep with me. I usually have multiple types of cotton material. Sniper's Veil is probably my favorite to carry. It's just the most useful here in the state of Florida, but also having a good Shemagh is important too. As you guys notice, I don't have a bunch of clothing, I don't have a bunch of jackets, I don't have a bunch of other gear. I don't need to. It is right now like 95 degrees out with a field temperature of like 98 or 99. The low tonight is like 78 degrees, so it's not going to be cold. I don't have to worry about dying from hypothermia. I don't need a bunch of heavy clothing and extra gear because it just doesn't get cold enough here in the state of Florida, especially this time of year. And last, this is just my tool roll. This is from Campcraft Outdoors. It's a tool roll. So I have this. This has items in it to aid in me crafting things off the landscape while I'm out here. The whole point of coming out here is to enjoy the woods, to bushcraft. I can make spoons, I can make bowls, I can make all kinds of stuff off the landscape. So I have my hook knife. I have just my, this is just the Mora #1. Excellent little carving knife. Have that in here. Sometimes I like to wear it around camp, around my neck, so I have a lanyard on here. I have my Baco Laplander. This is not the best saw for like processing a lot of wood. I don't need to process a lot of wood. There's a lot of dead pine and dead oak out here that I can use. There's a lot of other types of wood out here like cedar and bald cypress, so I don't have to worry necessarily about processing a lot of wood and stacking a lot of firewood, because first off, it's not going to be cold enough to need a massive bonfire or a long fire out here. And second, this is probably the best folding saw for crafting, or one of the best folding saws for crafting. Not the best folding saw for processing a lot of wood, but like I said, I'm not going to be doing a lot of wood processing, so having it in here is super useful. And then the last tool I have in here is just the old timer. This is another crafting style tool. It has a small blade on here. You have you know, something to basically carve and gouge. You have other types of hook knives in here. Show you guys this. To carve with, to carve out spoons and bowls and things like that. It has a lot of different tools in here, useful tools. If I can get this last one out. A lot of different useful tools that I can use while I'm out here enjoying myself next to the fire. I can, you know, do carving and crafting and things like that while I'm out here and enjoy myself. And then obviously I have my belt knife, which has a massive ferro rod on it. And I have just probably my favorite folding knife that I've ever owned. This is the Buck 110. This is in 5160, so it's in high carbon steel Buck 110. I don't know if they make this one anymore. I believe it's been discontinued, but it's something that I carry all the time. And the leather pouch that came with it actually came with a different type of leather pouch because of it being in high carbon steel. I actually almost forgot my little charring tin for, you know, that I keep char cloth or charred punk wood, stuff like that I'll find while I'm out. I can char it down and then use this flint and steel fire. I don't do it a lot, but it's nice to sometimes have that ability and to practice those skills. Alright guys, so that's the video. The rain is definitely coming in. The black clouds are rolling in, so it's gonna pour on me here pretty soon. So I'm gonna have to cut this video and start getting my camp set up, get my tarp and everything set up, my sleep system, before it pours on me. But remember to like, subscribe, share these videos with your friends and family. Be safe, stay dangerous, and I'll catch you in the next one.